Hey everybody, Alex Kazura, SteelersDepot.com, back with a Pittsburgh Steelers preview and prediction for their Week 10 game this Sunday at 1 o'clock Eastern Time against the New Orleans Saints. Pittsburgh off their bye, coming into this game 2-6, New Orleans sitting at 3-6. Let's talk about what to watch for in this contest. Looking at the Saints' offense in this game, their offensive line is going to be hurting. Two starters ruled out in center, Eric McCoy, and left guard Andrus Peat. And I thought just in general, watching them healthy, they were struggling with stunt pickup and passing off games and twists and things like that. And so, of course, with a healthy TJ Watt, I think you're going to see a lot of games and stunts being run by Pittsburgh in this one, especially Cam Hayward, Alex Highsmith. I think that left side was especially weak, but they're going to have a backup right guard in because Ruiz, the normal starting right guard, is going to kick inside the center to replace McCoy. Overall, this offense has been fairly productive from a points per game standpoint. I think they've quieted off since they've had a lot of injuries. We'll be getting back Jarvis Landry. The two main guys to watch here, of course, are going to be Chris Olave, the rookie receiver, and Alvin Kamara. They're really talented, three down all situations running back. So how do you deal with Olave? Maybe some bracket coverage, man coverage on him, split field type looks. And then with Kamara, he's their second leading receiver on the team. And so I think maybe one way to prevent him from being that check down option, that guy that leaks out and, gets 12 yards on you because he makes a play in spaces, maybe actually blitz a little bit more, blitz the inside linebacker more to force Kamara to stay in. I know that may seem a little counterintuitive because TJ Watt's back and ideally you rush 4 drop 7 into coverage, but trying to find some ways to maybe minimize Kamara's impact in the passing game, that's something to watch. How this team handles Taysom Hill, the Saints' offensive weapon who does everything, quarterback, tight end, receiver, running back, really interesting chess piece there. He's had big games. He's had games where he's been pretty quiet overall this season. I think that's where you could see a lot of that 3-safety package that the Steelers should be able to employ this weekend with DeMonte Casey officially off of IR and on the roster. But how they deal with Hill, how they identify him, how they try to contain him, it's going to be something to watch. And again, the Saints have not taken great care of the football overall this year. They have turned the ball over too much. They're dead last in turnover differential at -10. They've tied for the league lead in turnovers with 17 on their offense. So can you force a couple of those with TJ Watt coming back? I like their chances. Defensively, the Saints missing some pieces as well. That secondary's been pretty battered all year. No Marcus Lattimore in this contest. Their leading tackler, inside linebacker Pete Warner, he's not going to play. He got hurt in that Ravens game. They still have a decent pass rush and some rotational guys. Marcus Davenport, he's been limited. He's questionable as of this recording Friday evening. I think Davenport will play on some limited basis at the least. Cam Jordan's been there for a long time. It's a group that I think you can run on, but again, Pittsburgh's issues are more themselves oriented than it is facing necessarily great run defenses. They got to figure out their own, problems in terms of getting to the second level, getting to linebackers. We'll see what happens at left guard with Kevin Dotson. He's questionable. My guess is he plays, but really don't know what's going to happen there. The number one guy that I'm worried about when it comes to the Saints is the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. That's a guy that I think is going to have a great matchup in his favor against a rookie in Kenny Pickett. And Matthew's a guy that's going to line up all over the place. He's known for his versatility. He'll play safety. He'll play corner. He'll play in the slot, kind of a pseudo linebacker type role. And you can bet he's going to have his eyes very closely on Kenny Pickett. So watching where number 32 is at, not only pre-snap, but also post-snap with all the rotations they do. Watch out for the Honey Badger. He's the only guy on that Saints defense that's picked off a pass this year. He's got 2 of them. Does a great job on tip passes, and he's going to capitalize on any mistake you make. And so that's really the number one thing I'm watching. So my prediction for this game, I know I've been the kiss of death for the Steelers this season. I'm going Pittsburgh, though. I'm going to try to be a little optimistic here. Say Pittsburgh 23-20 over the Saints, primarily for the fact that, listen, Pittsburgh, everything seems to be working in their favor on paper for this game. They're at home. They're coming off a bye. TJ Watt is coming back. DeMonte Casey, to a lesser extent, is coming back. That's going to be a boost. They're a healthier team overall than the Saints, who are missing key pieces on offense and on defense. The Saints are on a short week on the road after just playing Baltimore, losing to them. Pittsburgh can't win this game, man. I don't know what to tell you in terms of trying to win any of these games the rest of the season, even though there are more quote-unquote winnable, more forgiving games in Indy and the Colts and Carolina, etc. But really sets up well on paper for Pittsburgh to win this one. I'll give them the nod here, 23-20. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below and drop your score prediction as well. Will Pittsburgh get back on track to some extent, at least get their third win of the year, or will they drop to 2-7, which would be their worst start since 1988? Fingers crossed that does not happen. So again, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you guys could like this video and also subscribe to the channel, I'd appreciate that. We'll have a full recap and analysis for you after the game. Again, thank you for watching, and we'll talk to you soon.